Okay, hey y'all. So today we're going to be talking critically about the web series Ask a Slave. If you haven't seen it already, there's a link to it below. Click on it. It is a good show to watch.
However, first, we're going to have to dispel some of the arguments people have when they think about Ask a Slave. Number one, it is based on American slavery in which Africans were snatched from their homes in the middle of the night, broad daylight, all of that, tossed on a boat like a sack of potatoes. They waited in the water for a few months, tossed back on shore in America. Now, nowhere in that description are we talking about Irish, Roman, Egyptians,
Israelites?
No, I don't think I mentioned any of those. Just good old-fashioned American slavery.
American is apple pie.
Number two, leave the how could you all allow yourselves to become slaves? Leave that commentary at the door. Just nobody wanted to be put on a boat. Nobody wanted to cross the ocean. Nobody wanted to end up in bondage and forced into tillage for years upon generations. This is not T-Pain's I'm on a boat song. No, not today. Have several seats, sir. Nobody wants it.
Oh, and I also need to remind everybody that the web series Ask a Slave takes place in 1795. The number again is 1795. Which is the end of the American Revolution. We won something, I guess. Yeah, that George Washington is your president during this time period. And America is still engaged in slave trade.
Just the small little things in life.
Yeah, that little detail. Also, in Ask a Slave, we're introduced to Lizzie May, who is the personal housemaid to George Washington and Mrs. Washington. She takes on several different topics, that come up in, being a slave, being on a plantation, working 18 hours a day, that type of situation. Like the abolitionist movement, runaway slaves, which was illegal and could get you killed. Just to let you know. The mercy of white people who took and sold the slaves, and some of the racial stereotypes that we still deal with now today in America.
Just a few things.
But today, we're going to really focus on the theory of abolitionism in America and also incorporate some of the things that we deal with today.
So while we're talking about these abolitionists, they were supposedly all against the institution of slavery, because it was morally wrong and such, and they desired freedom for the slaves, which is it's a good thing,
It's a good thing. I guess you could call it good until you realize what freedom really meant back then. Even nowadays. You are free, but you have no rights. It's kind of like playing Jeopardy and telling Alex, I'll take freedom and equal rights for 1,000 and getting denied. Wrong. Because freedom does not mean equal in America. Didn't mean then, doesn't mean now, does not. And also abolitionists were also telling people, especially black folk, that we would be sending you back on said boat to wade back in the water, back to Africa, after you have been freed. Now, the plan doesn't really quite make sense because no one is going to agree to that, especially if you're born in America as a slave. You don't know what Africa is. You know it's a mythical land that your people came from. You know that it exists. You don't know where, you don't know your tribe, you don't know your country. And those are some things you gotta think about.
It's very true, and that type of thinking still happens nowadays, surprisingly. That if black people complain about the different conditions and things that are going on in America, white people look at them like they're crazy, like they got 4 heads on one shoulder and 3 arms coming out of a leg, saying, well, if you don't like what's going on, just like go back to Africa. Excuse me. Pause. Honestly, like if we're gonna turn those tables, then my response is how about the Europeans, you know, just go back to whatever country their ancestors came from, have fun in Siberia, you know, if you can figure that one out. The only natives in America are the Native American Indians. Europeans did what they always do. They took over the land, they killed off the people, they raised things. There were smallpox and flesh-infested blankets. It was a mess. They turned this beautiful, beautiful land into something worse than the gum on the bottom of your shoe. It's a sad, sad mess. Personally, I think they need to stop trying to stick their flag in everything. We ain't got no snow-capped peaks out here. This is not Mount Everest. Just
this ain't the moon, honey. We
know.
This ain't the moon landing. Don't do it. No, that was not right. That was not right. Poor red jacket. Poor red jacket. Ooh. By the way, Cherokees don't have princesses. They said that in the web series, and there's this poor fellow out there who thinks that the Cherokees have princesses. The Cherokees are democracy. Stop it. Stop it. Jesus. No, but you are right, Mo. You are right.
I'm trying.
But it is disappointing to still realize that even nowadays, in the time of slavery, we are still going to footstools for pets. I don't really like that. No, I don't. And white people have the mentality, if you don't like it, then ship it back. Free shipping both ways.
Say Amazon.
It is Amazon, pretty much. Or sell it to someone that you don't like and who doesn't know any better. But we are human beings. You can't do that. I'm sorry. Last time I checked, I did not have a price tag on my head telling me what I was worth.
No, not there. No. I mean, but technically, according to Miss Lizzie May, you know, you'd be worth about $140. But, well, maybe about $160, you know, since you've blossomed into womanhood, as they would say. You know, just, you know, it's a little bit of an upgrade, you know, $20 extra that you'll never see.
Well, shit. Oh, I'm worth $160. I thought it was worth a little more than that, maybe a mil, but guess not. But seriously though, I'm not for sale. You don't buy all of this in stores, let me tell you. I'm a limited edition plantation Barbie doll with her little bag of tobacco. No, that's not how that works. No. You cannot pick me up at Toys R Us to give to your kid when your kid is acting up in order to make her happy. That's what?
No. The fact is that white plantation owners, children, they're children, fresh out of the womb, children, owned slaves. And they had every right to tell them what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to put it, or else you got a whooping. Well, I want breakfast. You getting eggs. I don't want eggs. You getting eggs. You getting a whooping. That's kind of how it went.
So you mean to tell me I get bossed around by a 5-year-old?
No, I'm 1 month old. How about that one?
I'm being bossed around by a freaking newborn. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is this? This thing doesn't even have teeth. She doesn't even know the colors of the rainbow yet.
So it's called slavery. Welcome 1795. You know, and you have to also remember, you know, people, you got to think about what Lizzie May had said. You know, you can't respect someone and own them at the same time. You just can't do it. It doesn't work. You know, especially when you're equivalent to Fido. Actually, I'm pretty sure Fido had a couple more rights than you did, but, you know. So there was absolutely no respect held for slaves at that time. You know, even through the end of slavery. You know, and we're free now. We're free now, but
we have some rights. Civil rights happen. Which is another argument, and it's a stupid argument.
Well,
we should have those rights the minute we stepped off the boat. I don't want to hear it.
You know.
Okay.
Either way, we're still not respected in most circumstances.
Certain? Girl, look at America.
I'm just, you know, I try to be nice on occasion. I try. It's just.
But Lizzie Mae does speak some truth when she does say that.
Yeah,
You cannot respect someone and own them. That respect and ownership just sounds weird in a sentence. Oh. And also, she also tells us how to be a slave. Like, not really how to be a slave, but the things that she would tell slaves still applies now today. Like, one, sometimes you just need to get through life with a bottle of whiskey and a couple prayers, maybe some holy water and some sage.
Say it again. Say it again.
Some holy water, some sage.
Don't forget the garlic now.
And the Bible on the cross. Yes, ma'am. In order to deal with the just ignorance of human beings. Because there are a lot of ignorant fights that happen, like ignorance surrounding Ferguson, ignorance surrounding Eric Gardner, which is hilarious to me because there's a video on it. But that's besides the point.
No, these things, they're just especially true.
And don't ever let white people know what you're thinking, because sometimes, most of the times, that goes left very quickly, and it just doesn't end up well. I mean,
Not really.
can't think of one instance where that ended up well.
No, what if?
No. Third, fight for your freedom, even if it poses a threat to yourself.
Yes.
Like, live free or die.
I mean, yeah, you have to. If you're not gonna fight for it, then you know what?
No one else will.
Exactly.
Words to live by.
Not a soul. You know, like I said, these are things that are especially true nowadays. They hold so much weight, you know, especially what's going on in New York and in Ferguson. I mean, we can extend it anywhere to Palestine. I mean, you find a place where they have black people and stick a thumbtack and all these things.
Still apply.
Still apply. They're still relative today. I mean,
which is hilarious to me because Africa
points.
is bigger than every continent on the face of this earth.
No.
So you would think that we'd have just a little bit of respect.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's all these things, they're important today and they were important back then. When you talk about the runaways and the slave rebellions.
Oh, girl, we gonna talk about that next time. Getting the signals.
So apparently, everybody, we are getting the signal to end the episode. Otherwise, it looks like there might be a mob building. And we're trying not to be lynched in the same street that they were trying to lynch Great Auntie Ida.
Oh, Auntie Ida, we love you. We love you. But we don't want to get lynched.
So
don't want that.
I think we're going to have to end it here. But yeah, I guess we'll see you next time.